All right. First round of 16 matchup. Welcome, ladies and gents. Hopefully, it is a banger here. I'm going to change the colors because I just feel like it feels right. We're putting Nicov in the blue and Yo in the red. So don't be too upset on that one. I just feel like this just clicks a whole lot more. Nicov opening up this best of 7 with the Armenians. Later civilization pick for him. Excuse me. And it makes sense because we got a best of 7 now. There will be a lot of civs to play. Remember, there's also a lot of bans. So with the frequency of bans that we have in this tournament, I think there's 20 bans before the picks. We will see a lot of civs that you might not necessarily consider to be always elite on Arabia, especially in a best of 7. Yo with the little double deer push here. You love to see that. Not every player at the top level is utilizing that these days. So Yo's going to bring in both those deer. Get to scouting a little bit faster here. And so far, he's actually just chopping straggler trees. This could be for a build, but this could also be because he just wants to wait until he scouts his woodlines to build the proper lumber camp. It seems like that was the case. Maps, not as open as some of the generations that we can see. I'd expect a wide variety here, but certainly not a map generation where I would expect the full wall style. Especially with Nicov. Nicov is going to want to prevent Yo from playing safe here. Nicov is, I would say, the aggressor in this matchup. Yo tends to play a little bit more counterattack style. Lots of sneak scouts, sneak archers, and then eco at home. And the thing about Yo is he loves his cavalry civilization. So I know Romans are seen as more infantry, but a great civilization to go scouts and knights. I'm wondering if Nicov will maybe be thinking about longswords and feudal age here. Right now, it doesn't seem like that's in his plans, but there's always the potential for the Armenians. The other thing you could do is you could church rush. That I love it, chat. Everyone says that every time they see Armenians right now. They're like, church rush? ? And Nicov is one to save some strats and have some OP builds saved up for important stages of tournaments. I would not expect him to try that here. But I guess, he could potentially try it. Right now, that's something really strong with the Armenians. The devs actually buffed it. They at least buffed the warrior priests, which was a surprise to Nicov, I know, and also a surprise to me. Real quick, want to say thanks again to Mem. Thanks again to Romarimbo. I think Rosini. I may be missing somebody. I think that's the core of his team. Just want to say thanks for hosting King of the Desert 6. I just encourage you guys, if it's not now, just at any point, just make sure you thank Mem for putting on the event. I know as a tournament host, it'll mean a lot to hear some kind words later on. And I've obviously been in the shoes of hosting an event. So just want to say before it gets too crazy, thank you. And while we're at it, thanks everyone for showing up and hanging out the last couple weeks. We've got officially a week left of this tournament. So let's have some fun. Let's close it out. Let's have some good games. And may the best man win. All right? Or may the luckiest man win. I don't know. I don't think there's going to be a lot of luck here. But I want to say one final thing. Occasionally, while I love this map, okay, I think the map has been awesome. It's been very refreshing. 9 out of 10 times, it's insanely good. There is the occasional really bad map for one player. And so I think with a best of 7 and then the final being best of 9, hopefully that variance will all even out. But every player's kind of hoping they're not the one that has like all their woodlines crammed in the middle like Nicov had that one time. Or, while the opponent has a corner and can full wall. So something to keep your eye on. Something all players are going to need to adapt to a little bit. Nikov's forward. Nikov's going up really quick. He actually misses the barracks, but not seeing the mill should tell him that this is going to be a barracks build. So normally it's on the front. So he could have kept going that way. He doesn't know too much about the base, and he finds this. Yo gets 2 hits, though. So that's a nice start for Yo. Nicov sees that and wants to immediately transition into some archers. Pre-walling the berries right now is pretty good for Nicov. And I would like a little bubble wall here. I think walling in towards the town center could be awkward. Actually doesn't have the wood right away for the range. So another reason why, as he's shifting his mule cart around, another reason why I'd like to see Nicov go for a little bubble wall. What I mean by bubble is just wall in a circle here. Yo doesn't know where to go right now. Yo doesn't necessarily have a target. And game number 1, he's clearly sharp because he doesn't run into that spearman. But this is kind of your worry if you're Nicov, is if these units loop around, they can still come in and hit your wood line. So that's why the full wall was a little bit awkward. I mean, Nicov was up to feudal age really quick, guys, but that archer range was not instant. He had a lot of work to do. He spent a lot of wood on these palisades. So it might not feel like it, but already you could argue that Yo's militia have paid for themselves because it's completely dictated the builds for Nicov. He hasn't gone for man-at-arms because why would you? You can't get any damage done just yet. Everything's walled up. And you have to choose between man-at-arms and double bid-axe. Yo knows he can't do damage, so he'll invest into his eco, which should already be pretty smooth with the Romans. That 5% greater efficiency hits hard, so... I know the mule carts are supposed to add to some efficiency. And they do, but I mean, it's nothing like the Romans. And also, Nikov's villager here, he is on strike right now. He is super on strike. The idle time is adding up. What's going on? Go back to work, my dude. There he goes. Archer follow-up from Yo. So far, this is really smooth. This is why I love the Romans. Like, Yo hasn't had to do anything crazy. This has just been smooth little build. His opponents had to wall everywhere. Work so much harder. And look, like, Yo's just casually building up. No crazy decisions. Yo just has a tendency to make this always look so easy, but... Remember what I said about Yo's style? He's not a fight army on army type of style. He likes to sneak a little bit. And so he's running around this way. Nicov knows the militia have moved. So he is to head this way to track all this. I still think it's tough to afford man-at-arms. It's still better to opt for the fletching upgrade. But this, we could see the late man-at-arms upgrade if these militia are still full HP. It's kind of rare, but the potential's there. Yeah, look at Yo. He's boxing out the army. And he's using the time to get the archers over here. I think Nicov senses this. That is experience from Nicov. He's played this guy enough times to know exactly what Yo is trying to do there. It's actually crazy game sense from Nicov to know that. But also crazy pressure from Yo right now. And we do have our first kill of the game. Nicov holds. But Mr. Yo's eco is looking incredibly smooth behind. Farms are going to start coming up. Again, great job from Nicov, though. Hasn't taken any losses. It's very easy to get housed in these situations. Micro there. Yo saves the scout. And this is Yo we're talking about. Yo loves a good old auto scout. I think Yo is just going to click that around the map right now. His score is going to go up. We saw his opponent get kind of mind-gamed by the situation because of the score last time that happened. So, yeah, T90 autos in chat. I like it, Evan. Scout's just going to be clicked around the map. Maybe it'll be on auto scout later. And Yo over here, able to kill a villager on the berries. Yo's completely controlling the game here. He showed up with the militia, forced Nicov into walls. He's got that other archer follow-up, which has already done damage. This is such a clean start for Mr. Yo. And I think from here, I mean, he can kind of continue to do the same. Nikov's still just chasing him everywhere. And then you can just play knights in the next stage, which is perfect for Mr. Yo. Anytime Mr. Yo goes archers, it's always to just force the opponent into skirms so he can go for knights. And here Nicov finds him again, though. And here Nicov is chasing. But I'm not sure this army is going to be enough for Nicov. Yo can take the spear, take those two archers if Nicov isn't careful. And Nicov is being careful. Man, this is relentless. This is relentless from Yo. It is so clean. This is the definition of how to control a game with army, guys. Just your opponent reacts, and then you send another army. They react to that. And you just hold control. I love how confident he's been. I love how open he's played. His eco has been working instead of walling. We see one palisade wall for Yo. Just one. Crazy smooth play. And I don't know, like, will Nicov be able to clear this up? Will he be able to take a good fight here? He's hoping for one. Here he has an opportunity. There, Yo backs away. Basically, the second Nikov's walled, then he can move out, but he's still not fully walled. Had to protect over here. Now he'll be walled. Sees Yo on the front. Next to the berries, which he still can't take. Yo's still over here as well, harassing that wood line. Yo is adding some scouts now against the skirms. And Yo, it takes an amazing engagement. This has been all Mr. Yo so far. This has been really impressive. And this will rattle Nicov. This is a game that can mentally affect you, right? Like, starting the series like this, you might start to question, like, am I awake yet? Am I not sharp? Mr. Yo's awake. Mr. Yo sniped all the archers. Mr. Yo's still on the wood line. Honestly, just a perfect game from Yo. There's no other words. This is so good. And at a certain level, you know, great plays expected from great players. Sure, but like, this is... Yo is notorious for being kind of a slow starter. And this is far from it. This is awesome. This is the type of game that I watch, and this is in my brain, right? For the rest of the day. I'm like, oh, man, like, that is ideal. That's so satisfying, right? So then after, like, 7 hours of casting, I need to play. Because this game is going to be in my brain, and I need to feel this. I want to be in this position. And then I'll play, and I'll play, like, absolute crap. And then I'm like, oh, I can't do it. And even if I wasn't exhausted after the casting, not sure I could play this clean either. But I'm sure you guys could probably relate. You watch a game, you're like, damn, that's so satisfying. I want to try that. And then you try it, you're like, yep, can't do it. I feel the same thing, guys. I feel the same thing. We might be very different elos, but I'm in the same boat. I mean, credit to Nicov. Nicov is on the way to the Castle Age. But honestly, I feel like he's taking too much damage. Yo's army count is significantly higher. Yo's position is borderline perfect. His walls are up. It's super structured. He's got really nice resources in the back. His eco is not going to have any issues here. And once knights come in, that's probably the game ender here. It's the right play from Nicov, though, if he's not in shape yet, if he's not awake yet. Continue to play on. Play on a little bit longer. Get it out of your system. Iron out the kinks a little bit. But yeah, this is just sick from Yo. Dynian, thanks for the Prime sub, man. Tough decision. I mean, the series you're mentioning on the Extras channel is amazing. So it's definitely worth the watch. But that will be on the Extras channel. That is not live. This is. So maybe stick around and watch this. And then you can have a full day of AoE, man. The next series will be there for you later. And Yo's going to apply as much pressure as possible here and go for a forward siege workshop. He's now going for a lead skirm. So it'll be a lead skirm, and he'll have the knights. Nikov's still 10 seconds away from upgrades here. Now, I think Yo's played perfect. I don't think there's a hole here. I think there's a tree in there. But, I mean, either way, it doesn't matter. He could have a fully open base. It doesn't matter. Anything Nicov tries here, Nicov will be spotted. Nicov will be killed. Guys, I'd be curious on the win rate of Romans in this tournament, if anyone wants to look that up. I feel like they're super smooth. And they're really good on the variety of different gens, right? Because you have the super open gen. That's where the man-at-arms can always get value. You have kind of the middle, I would say, gen, which is this. And still, they benefit by just skipping the man-at-arms upgrade and getting that 5% greater efficiency. And then you have the super closed gens, again, 5% greater efficiency, so it should be really solid. Their imp game is really weak and more awkward to play than some other civs, so Romans have 40% win rate in 15 games. Okay. I like it. I mean, it really is a player style thing. It fits Yo's style absolutely just spot on because Yo loves the more methodical, slow builds. Yo's made it look strong here. On that topic, I'd be curious about Armenian win rate. Because Armenians is not a civilization that's at the top of the Arabia leaderboard. That's for sure. I think, but in Nikov's case, he understands that in his draft. It's a best of 7. He's using one of his weaker civs first. Okay, 1 win out of 5 games. And that 1 win was Hera, right? That's the thing about the stats. It doesn't remind you who won and who lost with the civs, right? So, Yo is going to have some work to do, potentially, to fully kill off Nicov. He did take down the 1 range. He is taking down the barracks now. But he's just going to boom behind this. Probably starting to snag some relics now. He drops the 2nd TC at home. Taking down the barracks is really nice against the Armenians, too, because they might want to go pikemen. Or even get squires for their fortified priests. Or fortified priests. Sorry, they're warrior priests out of their fortified church. Fortified priest might be the name of a unit someday, so just remember that, okay? Yeah, new unit unlocked. That's the next DLC. Fortified priest. Ooh, sounds terrifying. Yo's just taking his time. Nicov is building up a really strong army. He's also getting 2 relics. Oh, God. He's also dropping a TC here. And this is where Yo is coming with his army. Not exactly where you want to be right now if you're Nicov. He has to fight this. You have no choice. And he loses a bunch of skirmishers in the process, but he will actually complete the town center. And the units, the knights also just run right in. We'll snipe his siege. We'll be underneath the TC. We'll be on the gold. I mean, this game was over for a long time. So, nice job from Nicov to try and stabilize. But Yo just had full control the whole game. For me, Nicov tried to go to Fuel Age super fast. He didn't have the range as quick as he needed to. Maybe Nicov could have played Man-at-Arms himself into Longsword for a little bit more aggression. You have to at least match Yo's aggression. Trying to adapt to Yo, I think, is always going to be a mistake. Because Yo will make you chase him, which he did a perfect job of in Feudal. So, good start for Yo. I don't think it's necessarily a worrying sign for Nicov. The start was kind of brutal. And it's not one of his best civs, but obviously not ideal to be smashed like that at the start. Romans just looked so smooth there. Mr. Yo. GG. Game number 1. Pretty quick one. Game 2, and I wonder if Nicov will try a lame here. Game 1, he didn't have any type of early control. Was kind of awkward. And he's got this Eagle. Eagle will always beat the Scout in Dark Age. In Feudal Age, that changes. So, you usually see the win rates for civs like Incas, Aztecs, and Mayans go up in tournaments because people actually use this to steal and attack early. In ranked games, people are too kind to each other. It's war, but it's like, I don't know, it's like they're sparring. It's not a real fight. They've got, cushiony pads on, and they're not going for the kill. Tournaments, you go for the kill, and that's why you tend to see these civs picked a little bit more. And that is a big role of the game, but also just really good heads-up play from Yo to know you got to take your boars on the front if that's going to happen. And so he brought his boar in right away. Nicov would have found it otherwise. And Nicov is here, and Nicov will at the very least try and stop Yo from pushing in that deer. Nice work from Nicov. He actually gets some good scouting, too. He knows about the wood line. He knows about the gold. Now, this is interesting. So Yo is Georgians, and the scout regenerates 2 HP a minute in Feudal. So that's not a lot, but that's enough where you might actually want to take a tiny fight here. Let's see how Nicov plays this. Will Nicov just camp this boar the whole time? Keep in mind at home, Nicov needs to find his own resources with his sheep. He already brought in 1 boar. He's going to bring in the next, but there's sheep here. There should be sheep elsewhere that he needs to find. There's sheep there too. And yeah, he actually just leaves. He doesn't stay to try and block this. Yo is coming to get it. Really smooth start for Yo, but it always is for the Georgians, because you start with the free mule cart. You don't need to spend wood on it, so you don't need to take wood at all. You can just take food, and then shift everything onto wood later in the build. I mean, this is Yo's number 2 civ pick. This is one civ that he believes in very highly. This is still a very late civilization pick for Nicov. If Nicov wins this game, I would say Nicov is slightly winning, even in a 1-1. I know that sounds stupid, but just in terms of civ priority, okay? He loses the game, I mean, you're down 2 games, but I guess there is the positive that all your best civs are remaining. Still, Mr. Yo is going to love to just capitalize on this moment, get the wins. And there's the barracks for Nicov. Now, this is early enough where Nikov's definitely making militia. Keep in mind, he didn't push in any deer, so it's not like he has tons of food to go fast feudal or something. Yo, probably going fast feudal into scouts. That'd be very Yo to do here. And he'll take his berries, which is exposed on the front. Map generation definitely seems a bit more wallable here than the previous gen. But still, plenty of damage to be done. In the early stages, at least. And we should have this deer pushed in from Nicov. He knows his targets. He knows where he wants to focus. I expect this to be 2 militia into feudal age, follow up 2 militia. But the toughest thing about this build is you need to have your eagle with your militia to help attack and block. But he also is really going to want that food from that ibex. I think you can't take the food from the ibex. You have to be with your militia here. Woodline and golds on the back is nice for Nicov. The main gold's a little further forward, but that's fine. The berries are really the biggest concern. And Mr. Yo, he should understand the potential for his opponent to drush. He actually has no loom right now. So going no loom is extremely risky. The key here is if he sees this. He already pre-walled this. Okay, so now he knows. Now he knows to be extra careful. But he does have loom in queue. So with loom in queue, he'll have it in a moment. But that might not be enough time, so he's going to wall up this woodline real quick. Very similar to the previous game. Yo, because of the amount of walling and going up fast, isn't able to get the timing on the barracks and whatever follow-up building. It's the same deal, right? Like, barracks is going up now. Yo should be able to kill this eagle, though. If Yo loops this way, he's in feudal age. The eagle is separated from the militia because it had to scout. And Nicov will probably just have to fight this off and hope for the best or try and escape. If he gets found, though, you just have to fight. Ideal world, you fight on a hill. So you hit and you continue to run. So hit. Yeah, you just take the trade. Actually, could be really close. If Nicov were to kill this, that'd be crazy. I don't think so, though. Yeah, exactly. And any other scout, that feels great. You took it down to 8 HP, but that'll regen over time with Georgians. But like we said, it's not insanely fast. Now, the follow-up militia are the key here. And wow, Nikov's build order is really clean, guys. I think the follow-up's going to be tough because he's going to run out of sheep here. That's where having that 1 extra deer could have been nice. Honestly, it might be worthwhile running out there to get all of them, but he doesn't know about it. And Yo will not be able to engage on this very easily. That scout will go forward to find what Nikov's base looks like. But yeah, 4 militia. Nicov also adding a spearman first. So it could be a spearman, 4 militia, and man-at-arms. So Yo might have to abandon his mill soon. Nikov's eco is at the limit, though. Look at his food count. He's got 5 on food. He's got just enough in the bank. Pretty sick that he can get double bid axe, make the spearman, and get man-at-arms, though. This is clean from Nicov. I would really struggle with this. Like, getting the timings on this when you haven't pushed all your deer, when you've been forward right away, is crazy strong. You basically have to have a perfect game. Yo doesn't have an archer range yet. It's on the way up. Sorry about the big zoom out there. Nicov should just take down the mill. Just take down the mill. That's fine. Just keep attacking it. Yo's going to need this for food. If Yo does attack you here, good. He's not at your base. If Yo doesn't attack you here, you know he's coming to your base. So everything needs to be protected now. Woodline is small walled. It's only 8 on wood, too. It's not an excessive amount. I like that. 10 is probably the maximum you want right now. He'll shift 2 more over there now. But the rest of the villagers should be on straggler trees and should be adding farms. Gold is protected. Nicov will see the scouts there running through. Woodline could be overchopped. There's a tree right in there somewhere. that is a tree that will be chopped. And over time, when things get messy, you might forget about it. So that's the only real issue. Same thing with the berries here for Nicov. This is actually harder to place a palisade on the other side ahead of time. It actually, you can't. So Yo will be scanning this. Yo will be looking at this and thinking about it. And he might end up looping back. I think Nicov was just concerned that those scouts might pick off the archers and the spears coming forward. So he went back for a second. And now he'll see the archer from Yo. And now he sees the scouts from Yo as well. It doesn't get any hits. Lots of armies to manage right now for Nicov. But Mr. Yo needs to leave the berries. It's not horrible because he has farms now. But he will lose the mill, which means horse collar won't come in later. So that could affect the eco transitions big time for Yo. And nice pressure from Nicov. Really nice pressure from Nicov. Army could still continue to get value too. You could start to attack the stable eventually. I think it's risky right now because you don't have your full archer mass forward. But it really just depends on how Yo chooses to engage this. Yo obviously wants to engage on this army and kill these two archers. That's the key. Nicov won't have an easy time defending at home, so he drops the tower too. Nikov's playing super well here, guys. Really sharp. Another small thing, you can build a house and a wall this way. So it kind of full protects your wood line. A diagonal wall this way. The berries you can just give up. Then you farm around the TC. Then the tower on the front's good. Just some really important base structure things need to be considered here long term. Nikov's micro is insane, dude. It's so good. He's only got 2 archers here. It's crazy how much value he's gotten from this army, considering he only got... He actually didn't even get a kill. Yeah, Nikov's locked in right now. Walling this way, like we said. We'll go double archer range, which I think is a really nice choice. We'll fall back, maybe regroup with the rest of his army, and then push forward again. I love all of Nikov's decisions right now. This is really sharp. Double range isn't something you see that frequently. But this just, I don't know, it just feels like a comfortable spot to try. I think you don't need to make any food units here if you're Nicov. Against the army we're seeing from Yo. This game could be won on crossbow timing as things stand. Nicov didn't know exactly where this army was. Just passing. Hello, guys. Both players just passing. Maybe Yo walked past intentionally. And Mr. Yo sees the bigger army now. And Mr. Yo will have to back up. And Mr. Yo will be terrified that Nikov's got the better army right now. By the way, who here remembers the conversation I talked about the formation changes with Yo's scouts? Anyone remember I was explaining how the devs added this feature which has a weird effect for some older players like me and Tato and how there's a way to bypass it. So I messaged Yo afterwards and Yo's exact words. I've said so many things to Yo over the years. I've never got this much emotion from him in message. All caps. OMG, you saved my life. I thought I was misclicking. So according to Yo, I've saved his life, pointing that out. I said to him, I said, thank God that was an issue for you because it was tilting watching your units change formation all the time. By the way, I'm gonna make a super tiny video on that and toss it up on the extras. I don't think most of you guys know what I'm talking about. I think some people are being affected by it, so I'll just let you guys know in that video. Kind of hard to explain. And Nicov was in chat and didn't get it? Yeah, he didn't get it. Nicov is about to get his win. Like, Nicov is in a perfect position for a win right now. He's well on his way to Castle Age. Yo is not even close to clicking up. Yo is investing bigger into Feudal Age, though, so Yo needs a good engagement. The T90, did you get permission to share the command? So apparently it was public. It's completely public. They added it in the patch, in one of the patches. So yeah, I have permission to share it, and it was already public in the patch anyways. In like one of the categories. I mean, once Castle Age hits, Nikov's Eagles, which he doesn't have many of right now, but they're going to tank a lot more. The archers are going to be upgraded to big upgrades. Just feels like Yo needs to be winning a fight right now, and he can't actually justify running up this hill. Maybe this is the second he could justify running up the hill, but then Nicov should just fall back. And Nicov knows. Nicov knows if Yo's going to fight me at all, he's going to fight me right now. So he falls back. A little wasteful there from Nicov. One Eagle's exposed. He's getting Bodkin. He's getting crossbow. There's a tower there. Yo will try and take the fight. I don't think this will end up being a very good fight for Yo. Horrible engagement for Nicov, though. All of his infantry was on the back. Yeah, Nicov mismicroed that. He mismicroed that big time. All of his infantry was supposed to be in front there. Still, though, I'm not really sure how much it matters. It should have been a better engagement for Nicov. But Mr. Yo, still desperately trying to click up to the Castle Age, still has a lot of eco exposed. He does not have an answer to this many crossbowmen and eagles. The scouts are not enough now. Feudal Age army's not enough. Nicov, one of the best things he can do in this game is micro. So, I mean, and it's not like he's going to boom all that much. He is dropping a second TC behind, so maybe he will. Yo takes a decent enough fight. Yo, we'll try and clear all this now. Nikov's dodging to the side. The scouts are going to be gone. How many crossbows will survive? Nicov gets in close to the minimum range of the skirms. He does lose most of his crossbows. But the reset, Nikov's still in Castle Age, making more crossbows. Yo has nothing. And Yo has to abandon the front of his base. So that, again, that is completely fine for Nicov. He's also on 2 town centers. So big Vil lead coming for him. Yo's still 50 seconds away from making any army here. A lot of idle farms here. Majority of his farms are idle on the front. And Yo can't tower because in order to click up the Castle Age, he sold his stone. So he can't even tower right now. He's just hoping Nicov doesn't come to the woodline. Like, if Nicov sits on the woodline right now, Yo's screwed. But he's not doing that, and Nicov has 2 crossbows here that'll get picked up by a scout. So that's a little wasteful. It's tricky. He's trying to spread out his units. But, I mean, he's taking down a stable. That stable will be gone, so Yo can't produce from that. Nikov's still in a really nice position, but he hasn't done any actual eco damage. It would be very Mr. Yo to still somehow come back from this. Yo does have a lot of food banked up. He's heavy on stone on the back. Nikov's army count is lower than he would want, but he's starting to get relics. Again, 2 town centers. Hits the wood line now. And doesn't end up killing anything yet. Okay, key for Nicov right now is just conserve your army mass. You've actually done enough. You can really start to have some problems if you can't get up to 15, 20 crossbows. If you keep having a group of 8 or 7 like this, and they'll get killed by knights, and then Yo could be running all around your base. We're going to see the nerves now. Mr. Yo is going to have a nice push. And I think for Nicov, things could start to get a little bit squirrely at home. Eco's certainly looking a little rough right now. It's not the most efficient eco we've ever seen. And yeah, Nicov sees he's being chased down by the knights. He's going to wall up at home. Sitting at home with more crossbows. Sitting at home with monks. And this army isn't getting killed either. Yo has not been able to track that. Yo, 12 villagers behind. Will drop the second TC, but he's still somehow in a playable game state. That was crazy. Just abandoned the farms. He just got right back to them now. I could see, I mean, Mr. Yo has crazy potential when he's running around someone's base with Cav. I've seen this a lot. But Nicov already has monks waiting. Nikov's getting ballistics for his crossbows too. And Nicov should probably drop a 3rd TC on this wood line. I think it has to be here. He needs a wood line. Dropping it back here isn't doable. So I think he should be dropping it on the front. The crossbows need to be killing scouts, so they can't snipe any lone monks. Hasn't happened yet. We have Light Cav now for Yo, and there's the TC from Nicov. He's kind of casually on stone. Hopefully Nicov sees that relic. That would be relic number 2. Hopefully Nicov can get Bowsaw. Mr. Yo still banking up stone, but he's also booming at the same time. So I don't really know if this is going to be a forward castle. He would only go forward castle if he had the position for it, if he won some fights. Look at Nikov's awareness here with these eagles. Looking around for that army, and he'll find it. Crossbows should be able to take really good engagements right now. Look at the quick walling from Nicov to save his monk on that side. That is crazy play. Also completes the TC. Grabs relic number 3. Yeah, Nikov's thinking this is going to be like 20 knights or something. But Yo's so crazy with this. Like, so here's the logic. You're Nicov. You know you're way ahead. And what normally happens when you're way ahead is the opponent goes all in. And they add siege from the middle hill. They go for like 15 knights. And they delay their town centers. But Yo... he just goes 7 knights. He's only lost 1. He's just got 7. And now he just booms. And Nicov isn't pushing because Nikov's like bracing himself for this big, massive push. It wouldn't surprise me if Nicov gets redemption right now because he's expecting there to be siege. And he's got the gold for it. But, I mean, there's no siege. So, yeah. Nikov's actually just going to buy a castle. I mean, that's a great castle if you're going to be pushed as well. But Nicov, while there are some positives, he's really playing around the imp timing right now more than anything. If he goes forward now, the castle's up, TCs are everywhere for Yo. It is kind of hard to damage with the crossbows. Are there any Kameyuk fans in chat? Any Ultimate Pointy Boy fans? I'm a fan. Unfortunately... I think playing into Arbalest is the play right now. And just because Incas have so many other bonuses with cheap military units, like this eco bonus here, or this military bonus makes it so I wouldn't make Kameyuks that frequently. I would just go Halb. But Nicov disagrees. Nikov's going to make some Kameyuks. Love to see it. Food count needs to be higher for Nicov right now. He's got to be spamming that auto farm. Just spamming those farms everywhere. I'd also like to see full stone walls. This should not just be outposted. This should be stonewalled, so you can't raid there. But that's just not something that a lot of high-level players do. Okay, there's a stone wall. That's more forward than I was expecting. I like that. Also protects some more stone. But, Yo, 20 vills behind, still somehow in the game. Nicov advancing forward with some Kameyuks and also some monks here. And Nicov will see the first Manaspa, so he knows that the Manaspa are out and about. Crazy to me that Yo has never added siege. Just crazy to me. I like the value that the Kameyuks bring you. Okay, now if you see this castle, I think going imp and dropping your own castle on this hill is your win condition now if you're Nicov. But the crazy thing is Yo's already imping. So like if Yo makes it to imp before you, he could just treb your castle down. I mean, who imps when they're this far behind? Mr. Yo. But that's just so rare, so weird, so unique. Yeah, Nicov will click up. Looks like Yo will get the 4th relic. Nikov's got 50 army, but he has no villager kills to show for it. And because you can just drop churches everywhere and they shoot arrows, it completely shuts down any attack from Nicov. Nicov is going to be grumbling right now. Like, grumbling to himself about these churches. Let's see if he actually attacks it. No one tends to do this. They have, like, crazy armor stats. I don't know. Like, you're not going to take it down. You're just not. Mr. Yo's happy to relax. And the church killed 2 units. So, yeah, just not a pushable position. Stonewalls continue from Nicov. They are completely walled on the side here. Nikov's will lose a couple monks to the light cav. Nice engagement from Yo, and Yo is going to be in the back, so Nicov will have to chase that. Nicov, if he builds a defensive castle right now, I love his position, like a castle over here. If he tries to play the treb timing against Yo, This could get rather interesting here. Obviously, he has the lead, but Yo being in him faster gives Yo an advantage in this Treb war. It's crazy how Yo has 10 army versus 60, and he's the one killing villagers right now. Nicov is gonna... His heart's gonna sink when he sees Imp from Yo. That's just so crazy. But again, like, Nicov doesn't have army... He doesn't have the way to do damage, and his army was sitting at home a lot. He was expecting a lot more from Yo than Yo ever said. So now Nicov has to maybe, like, continue to commit to this position, so he doesn't waste a castle. He will go for Trebs, but notice Nikov's eco balance right now. He doesn't have a lot on wood. He still is army chasing all these random cav units. The stone walls are still not completed yet. And, wow, interesting. Yo goes for conscription after the first Treb. That's surprising. That's really surprising. I mean, he does need army, and producing army faster is great, but, like, why would you not be on a second trebuchet right away? That's surprising. Yo's cav is hiding up here. I think Nicov knows that. Nikov's Kameyooks are going to find them. The Kameyooks just seem so slow, dude. Give him a horse, please. And now Nikov's still committed onto the front. Imagine Nikov's loses this castle, though. He's got 23 villagers here. He will have committed more stone into repairing this castle. This is so Yo. Yo's been so relaxed about things. This is so crazy, man. He has no business being this casual. Nicov just needs to attack him. And that will be a castle denied. Nicov should just go into the back with this army now. I'd like to see Arbalest. He really needs to punish Yo. And he denies that castle. I'm still shocked that Yo got conscription. And that he didn't continue to make Trebs. Because it's 2 Trebs, 2 castle trebuchet production from Nicov. His only advantage was that he was an imp faster. Yo will have skirms. Nicov doesn't have Arbalest yet. So Yo should be able to force this away. Nicov will lose a lot of this army. Nikov's clearly not focused there because they're so focused on the Treb war. Nicov does have a lot of stone right now. Nikov's also getting more and more infantry upgrades. Nicov is going to commit to Kameyooks. Another reason why he cannot lose this castle. He needs the castle to produce those. Yep, skirms force this back. Nicov will just try and get away. He won't notice that castle's going up. He will place a castle on the left side, which means he doesn't have as much stone to repair. So he needs to maybe buy some stone here. Yo's castle... likely to go down. Does Yo have an army to protect his Trebs when the castle goes down? There's 20 Kameyooks there. They're not elite yet, but they'll have full armor. And a lot of Yo's army, ranged army, was over on the sides. Yo's going to need gunpowder now. I don't think he's ready for that. He's going for cav archers, which can be decent against the Kameyooks. But I think some hand cannons in the mix would be much better for Yo, and Yo's castle will fall. Nicov will now Treb the Trebs, and he will patrol in with his army. This is Nikov's chance to win it. Yo somehow held on. Yo should be doing the Treb trick here, by the way. He should be building stone walls in front of his Trebs. It's shocking to me that people haven't caught on with that yet. Nikov's still repairing. I mean, Nikov's got so many more trebuchets than Yo. It's not even close. Nicov just needs to keep an eye on his stone count. Buy food. Or, sorry, sell food. Buy stone. He's already bought some. He just needs to buy more. How is Yo's trebuchet still up right now? This is crazy. Nicov also has a pretty crazy eco behind this. The Kameyooks are ready. Nicov will have his own skirms. Nicov also does have Arbalest. Nicov, just attack. Well, maybe he can attack it now. How are these Trebs not hitting, man? I guess Yo's Trebs are on the hill, so they're not going down as quickly. Nikov's getting elite Kameyook. Nicov has ranged units behind. Nicov takes down one of the Trebs. Nicov is going to hold this position. And Nicov goes in with the Kameyooks. Yo's population's pretty high. But I don't know if his position on the map is going to be good enough. Nicov holding that middle area has been so key here. He's just waiting for his trebs to kill this trebuchet. This is crazy. Like, how's that treb not dead? How is the treb not dead? It's 5 trebs, dude. 6 trebuchets on 1. It's immortal. How much damage has it taken it? It's taken 1,000 damage. Bro. Die. Die, trebuchet. That's what Nicov's saying. Is they die. What? Come on, dude. It's taken 1,200 damage. Die. Meanwhile, Yo is raiding. Yeah, Nicov is... Yo has researched fortified trebuchet, apparently. His trebuchets are immortal. It's just crazy. And he comes in. There's now trebs on the left side for Yo to take down Nicov's castle. He will take down the castle. Yo's ultimate trebuchet still stands. And Yo's building a castle here now. Now, we know Nikov's trebuchets can at least hit the castle. And Yo's trebuchets here are exposed to the Kameyuks. Nicov, use your Kameyuks to kill the trebs, my friend. Use your Kameyuks to kill the trebs. I think he's scared. I think he wants the Kameyuks to protect at all times. Of course, Yo's trebuchets hit. Like, Nikov's Kameyuks could have sniped those there. And now he's going for Yo's castle. Yo got some raids in the back, so things are getting kind of antsy here. The Kameyuks are now on the right side. The Kameyuks will go for that treb. But now they're not protecting the 3 trebs on the other side. Oh no, Nicov. Okay, he saves his trebs. Mr. Yo's getting heavy CA now. Nicov, you could tell, is really struggling to balance things out right now. Getting pikemen, he's getting squires. Remember, Nikov's castles are back here. So, like, he's super panicked. Look at the queue. His queue's crazy. Mr. Yo has a tendency to do that to you. Yeah, Yo can definitely win this. Nicov just needs to use his Kameyuks to kill these trebs. And yeah, he'll finally do it. I think there's been some hesitancy there. He did just get fabric shields, so now he's got additional armor. Yo's cav archers and hussars are here. Nicov still has a defensive castle, though. And Nikov's trebs need to be protected. Can't forget about this. I'd like to see these trebuchets just go for the castle again. If Nicov loses this game, I think he will tilt. And he will maybe lose the series. He needs to win this one. He's had control most of the game. Yo has clawed his way back. But yeah, Nikov's gotta win this. I wouldn't say he's tilting now. I would say there's a difference between tilting and crazy nerves and anxiety. I think we got the anxiousness now for sure. The tilt comes in if you lose this. And he's still in a good position here. He's gonna get siege ram with the Kameyuks, with the trebs. He doesn't trust his trebs anymore. But how can Yo stop Kameyuk and siege ram? He can't. If Nicov puts the Kameyuks inside the siege rams, Yo is so toast. Yo will lose his whole eco so fast, it's not even funny. That's a great call. It's actually really hard to get there, too. Nicov just keeping those Kameyuks on the front. Skirms are still behind. Yo can't get anywhere near those rams. Nikov's trebs are going to make their move for this castle. Can we get the ram emote in chat for Nicov, guys? Here we go. Rams are on the way. Choo-choo, yo. And yeah, Nicov just hop out. Yeah, there's no way you kill this. Nicov needs to stop using stand ground. His units are just kind of standing there, which... It does have its strengths, but it's really annoying to see when units aren't automatically reacting. So that could have been a little bit better. It really should have just fully protected the rams. His units are still... Okay, they're still having issues. Yo is trebbing this castle on the left, so Nicov might lose that. Yo has killed some villagers here in the middle. But he still should lose the heart of his base. I mean, the Trebs and the Rams should still be taking down buildings constantly. Man, Yo is 2k gold. I still just don't think he can kill Rams and cameos. As skirms are an important aspect, and Nikov's micro has been sick. He's always been focusing down the CA. I think if Yo committed to hand cannons instead of cav archers earlier, he might have had an easier time taking engagements against the Kamioks. But he has had to respect the Kamioks a lot, because the Kamioks do so much additional damage there. Nikov's Trebs have dealt 20,000 damage. It's wild he's just basically ignored the left side, but maybe that's the smart play, because this is the heart of Yo's farming eco and wood eco. Nikov's still just taking his time. No gold income for him, though, beyond those 3 relics. So things could get awkward. He will castle up here. Let's not forget how cheap it is to make skirms and halbs with the Incas. Nikov's still just keeping those Kamioks around. And yeah, you can engage. Like, halb, ram is so tough for Georgians. Because you have to use hussars to engage. And you get close, and then your hussars just die to the halbs when they hop out. And Nikov's Trebs will be protected by the ARBs. And now watch. Nicov will hop out. This is what I was expecting earlier. And so now all the cav from Yo dies, and Yo will lose his castle. Well played, Nicov. I still wish, like, stand ground can be incredibly strong with Kamioks. This is also an example of the weakness of stand grounds if you're not paying attention to your units. Because he had a much bigger Kamiok mass. A lot of units not immediately chasing down Yo. But he's taking down Yo's castle. He's going to move over for this castle. Pretty soon, Yo's only going to have 1 castle. Nikov's got a lot of areas secured in the north for farms. Lots of walls. Nikov's got 90 military now. Nicov could take that relic from Yo. Siege Ram was the best possible play here for Nicov. That was game changer. This game needs to end because seeing the Kamioks stand there like that is bothering me. Nicov needs to kill them fast for my sanity. Oh no, what is this? What is this, Mr. Yo? What is this? Castle from Yo. Trebuchets onto the TC and then the monastery. Meanwhile, Yo is going to lose this castle. Yo's not done yet. Nicov will castle this hill. That castle's going up, so Nicov will lose all of his relics. But the castle goes down for Yo, and Yo could lose all of his relics. There we go. The Kamioks aren't on stand ground immediately. Or if they are, there's at least stuff there. Both players taking massive losses. Yo still has gold banked. And this is kind of tough for Nicov to engage into for now. Yo's still 160 pop. Yo would just build another TC, no problem. And we will continue here. We will continue. Well, I just don't know for how long. Nikov's going to immediately pull back to deal with this castle. Which is the right play. But guys, this gives Yo a lot of time. Yo can add his farms again. Yo can think about pressuring different areas. Maybe here, I don't know. Like, this gives time for Yo to cook, because Nikov's got to go back. Yo sees that he's about to be chased down right now. He's sending his army that way to deal with it, but I don't think he'll have enough. Nikov's Trebs are still alive. And Nikov's skirmishers are there, and those cav archers can't get anywhere close to that. If Nicov didn't wall like he did, Yo would be raiding so much more. I'd like to see Yo drop towers on these woodlines right now and get Svan towers. That's a nice castle from Yo to give him some space and time, but that is essentially... It's kind of a wasted castle if you think about it. You want your castles to be up long term. And here comes Yo with a raid, just because he has time and he sees this. There is a castle there from Nicov, though. And Yo's castle goes down. Nicov should just come over to this castle now. Just keep sniping castles and keep your castles up. Castles are the most important... Castles and town centers are the most important things in Imp. Nicov has 28 vills in queue. So if he loses vills, he'll be fine. He'll get a lot more. He's got 90 army right now. Yo is able to reclaim that one relic back in his one church. This is not the greatest sign that, like, Nicov had a big lead this game, but Yo is able to claw his way back. In the first game, that wasn't the case at all for Yo. Like, Yo just completely dominated him. It was a completely different situation. Nikov's going to kill this Treb. And then if he hops out of the ram, all the villagers are going to die as well. That's huge. And then the Kameyuks, yeah, will kill. This is an issue for Nicov. He does still have the woodline saved in the back. And I actually think he's saving it. It sounds silly, but you take the forward wood first. It's a smart late game strategy. This will maybe be a saving grace for you. He's also taking all the forward wood. Nicov needs to gather his forces right now. I've switched on to military mode to show where all the military is. And Nicov needs to take down this castle. And then Yo will only have this castle on the right side. Yo is massing Trebs over here to make a play. Nicov could be completely shocked by that, if that were to happen. He's not ready to deal with that right now. Crazy military count. Also, Nicov got his relics back. You like to see that. Yo is trebbing this castle now for Nicov. Can Nicov deal with that? It's just so annoying playing against the Georgians because you got to take down their churches, man. And churches only cost wood, and they can literally be spammed everywhere. Okay, Nikov's panicked about this castle. That's so good from Yo. That is so good from Yo. He times to attack 2 castles at once. That's so amazing. And maybe Nicov loses both. We'll see. This is a big army for Nicov, and it's only Cav Archers from Yo. So Yo's going to sacrifice Cav Archer after Cav Archer after Cav Archer to hold this position. And that is not something that he can necessarily replenish. He's committing to it. He's committing to it. He's also raiding over here, and he will commit to taking those relics away again. But, oh, the bodies have hit the floor, dude. The bodies have hit the floor. Oh, God. And now the Hussars come in for the Trebs. But Nicov has the Halbs there perfectly. He'll still lose some Trebs. But the population for Yo has got to be brutal after that. Still, though, I mean, I'm seeing lots of kills in the middle. I'm seeing lots of potential. The food count is higher for Yo. He's got way more on food. His eco is untouched. He took down the castle. I mean, Nikov's going to have 1 castle. Yo's going to have 2. Yo has more relics. Yo has more mobility. I mean, I can see Nicov continuing to get picked apart if this continues on like this. That was definitely worth it for Yo. He also didn't lose every Cav Archer. He fell back and healed inside the castle. He's now coming right back to the wood line. Yo's going to win this game. Yo's going to win this game. I'm pretty sure of it right now. If Nicov hasn't killed him yet. I mean, look at this. Look at how many villagers are exposed. Thankfully, it's Inca-villes. So it's villagers that, you know, are tanky. But this Cav Archer Hussar spam is just continuous. And Yo did bank up a lot of gold so he can get more Cav Archers out. His trebuchets will take down Nikov's final castle. Nicov will have no castles. If you don't have castles in late game, if you don't have the potential to raid with Hussars in late game, which the Incas can't, you could have some real big problems. Wow, this is crazy, though, because Nicov has 30 villas in queue, and he also has 50 army. And Yo only has 15 army in queue. Is Yo dead or not? Nikov's army count is 130 right now. Holy. He's still got very good chances. But he has to kill fast. Once that Vil queue and army queue is gone, he's cooked. But just in terms of map position, because his base is so exposed. I mean, but Yo doesn't have a great setup, I guess. Like, he doesn't have town centers to replenish villas if he loses them. He only has 1 TC. And he's about to lose that TC to the Trebs. I don't think that trebuchet will get taken out. So important for Nicov to win this. So important. This would completely ruin his mentality. He's had high score the whole game. Yo has made him work for it. Yo might gain some confidence from this. We know where Yo is going with this, right? He's going right to that wood line. Nicov needs to wall that. This is Yo's only TC. So Nikov's got at least 2 town centers. He's building a 3rd. He's got the right idea. Yo is backing away. So he's abandoning his monastery. He's abandoning this. Chat's telling me Yo has 2 TCs. Oh, okay. Guys, calm down. Calm down. Jeez. Can a caster test his audience to see if they're paying attention? Here, let me see people listen to this. Did you guys know you can subscribe for free with Twitch Prime? What? You listening to that? Damn, dude. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. 2 TCs. Wow, big difference. That's 1 more than 1. Damn. But still, I mean, Yo's going to be a 1 now. I was speaking for the future. And I know he's got some safe farming eco that Nicov can't hit right now, but Nikov's army count is ridiculous. Wow, I didn't get a single prime sub. That's embarrassing. Thank you, Chubby Cheese, for the gifted sub, though. Appreciate it, man. To be fair, we did have some primes throughout the cast. It's been a crazy game. Nicov needs to get TC on the left somehow. Ooh, and Nicov is trying to take this castle down. Oh, man, the Hussars are through. The Hussars are through. Oh, pain, 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 pain. That's going to add up big time. Nicov has 67 vil. Is Nicov going to have like 160 army this game? Because Nicov still has 70 halbs. Are we going to see 200 army for Nicov? There's a very good chance. I mean, he always has more vills in queue. What in the world? Hussars are everywhere. What a game. Nikov's still protecting his Streb. He did take down the church. He doesn't take down the final TC there. So many skirms for Nicov. So many halbs. What a grind. Yo feels like he's dead. Nicov feels like he's dead. Neither player has 100 vills, and they're not going to hit 100 vills anytime soon. But Nicov has more vills in queue. But what he doesn't have is he doesn't have working farmers now. He only has 3 on food. And one mistake with your skirms, and they'll disappear very quickly. You always need to have that combination of halbs and siege and skirms. If it's ever just one unit, you have some problems. But the Inca discount has paid off big time for Nicov. Nicov is hopefully working on regaining these relics. I'm not seeing a monk out there. Yo's got to be trying to do the same, but... Yeah, that monk's back here. He's gotten 1. Yo's final TC still. He might not be able to save it. No, he'll keep it up. So he's got that. And he's forward town centering now. Oh my god. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. I mean, Yo needs to cram all his eco next to his castles. He already has the right idea. Here as well. This is where your farmers need to be now. The castles save the game for you. Again, for Nikov's mentals, he can't lose this game. He cannot lose. You have to win it. I don't care what the Vil count is. You still got to win it. You got to find a way to push. You got to muster up enough gold to make enough rams to push these castles. Take one of them and you're fine. Just like this corner is game over if you take it. So wild though. Nicov loses his town center. Yo loses his town center. Nicov is building a new town center now. Yeah, this is like the Loey the Legends game from last month. Full eco versus full army. Only Yo's... excuse me. Yo's eco isn't really that good. Like 82 vills versus 60 isn't that crazy. And Nicov is consistently adding more TCs to get his vil count back up. Holy. Yo's pop is only at 120. He will know he's killed a lot of ills, so he still feels like he still somehow got some chances. I mean, Yo is playing with house money right now. It feels like he should have been dead a long time ago. Nikov's bringing in the Rams for the killer blow, though. Both players collecting their relics again, behind the scenes. What a game. What a game. This might be the longest game that I've seen in King of the Desert so far. I think there was probably one or two longer. I haven't covered every one. But this is a complete poverty game. 286 gold is still left on the map over here if someone wants to take it. That could help a little bit. But it's mainly about food. It's mainly about wood now. And Nikov's got the choo-choo train rolling yet again here. Even just pushing houses. Taking down houses is so key in late game too. And that's another area the Incas have an advantage, right? Because they get more pop space in their houses. Yeah, I think Nicov wins this now, guys. Never a doubt in my mind, either. It's been clear. It's been so obvious, right? No, it's been a very, very, very tough fight. I mean, how many castles did they both have in total? Nicov is 0 now. I think he had like 6 in this game. Yo is 2 now. I think maybe he had 6 in this game. Yeah, this is where most of the farming eco has been. There has been a little bit of farming eco down here. But nothing too major. Oh, Nikov's going to lose another TC to a Treb. Yo loses one of his relics. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I was that crazy in thinking Yo was going to take it when Nicov lost every castle and Yo killed that many vills. But credit to Nicov to queue vills like a madman. Because if you forget and you go full army, you will generally run out. And I know he's lost some town centers, but always adding more TCs to get the vill count up is huge in these scenarios. Like we said, town centers and castles are the most important. He lost his castles. He's always had way more TCs than Yo. Yo is dead now. Yo is dead. This is officially over. Nikov's defended on the left side. Nicov can take down that Treb. Nicov will take the right side. And Yo will lose his cav archers, his skirms, his villagers in here too. Yo has fought very well here. The fact we even got to the state in the Imperial Age we did is surprising to me because I thought Nicov had a big advantage in Castle Age, but it is tough to finish off Yo when he has those cav civs. Mr. Yo has said in interviews that he's happy to play all day and that his advantage is stamina, so, you know, he'll happily play on a little bit longer if it makes Nicov a little bit more tired. I don't think that's his main reason he plays on, you know, to tire people out, but it's definitely a role, an element of his game. Yo's not even warmed up yet, so he's just still warming up right now. He's got a whole pack of cigarettes to smoke this series that'll give him his energy, from what I know about Yo. So, he's fine. Archer range goes down. Stable will go down. Rams will go down too. But, I mean, now Nicov is down here. And it just... Yo's got 65 eco. Nikov's got 95 eco. And Nicov will just focus his attention over to this side now. How would Yo do if they banned smoking? I don't know, man. I mean, I am not advocating for smoking by any means. It's really bad for you. It's not something that you should do, in my opinion. I mean, everyone, live your life. Do whatever. I had a couple old fashions last night. That doesn't necessarily add some years to my life, but, you know, what I don't want to do is come off as if I'm saying, yes, do that for performance purposes for gaming. But Yo and ACCM, at least, I know that at least at LAN events, that is something that they rely on, so. Last little ram push for Nicov, possibly? We'll see. He's definitely struggled with the lack of mobility. It's a real issue for the Incas compared to the Georgians. Not having that cav has been painful. T90, I got it now. If I start smoking, my elo will climb. No. See, that's what I didn't want people to say. That's why I had such a long-winded explanation on the situation there. I didn't want my chat to say that. All right, well, castle stays up. Nikov's going to load up more ramps. Jessica in chat says a cup of black coffee is strong enough for me. Yeah, but Jessica, what's your elo? What's your elo? I know what Yo's elo is. I'm just saying. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Mr. Yo up to 120 pop. Let's give him credit. Because he was at 80 pop before. But he's still going to have a very tough time keeping these cav archers alive. He does take the rams again. Oh, God. Oh, my goodness. Look at Nicov. Fortified wall. Full walling the map now. He's not taking any of the forward wood lines, so his village... So there's never any openings. Honestly, though, like, you don't even need the rams. You just need to get your army into the eco areas because there's no protection. So he comes back here, villagers die. He comes back here, villagers die. Someone asking, is it bad manners at this point for no win condition from Yo? I don't think it is. Like, he's got a castle, he's got more relics, and he's not getting killed, and he's getting counter damage. So I know it could feel like, you know, it's bad manners, but there's still opportunities to raid. And like, Nicov still has struggled to kill him, so until the finishing blow is applied, he should play. Like, look, you don't see this and think that this is necessarily over. You also don't know that Nikov's at 200 pop either. You know you killed a lot of vills. But Nikov's back again, and he will finally take down this town center. Nicov does still have this gigantic area of wood to take. There's still also a hole here, which Nicov doesn't know about, but neither does Yo. It's hard to kill the Incas, but it's extremely hard. It's hard to, like, kill someone off with the Incas, but it's also extremely hard to kill the Incas. Their units are so cheap, and Nikov's eco is so good right now. You know that saying, though, do not trickle trap? It's kind of the same with rams. Rams are more effective at trickling, I guess, but maybe he needs to wait for, like, 5 rams again. Crazy game. Crazy game. Enki, thanks for the 17 months. It has been that long, man. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Steven, for the primes. Commander, thank you. Turbo Weasel, thank you for the prime. Okay, so we did get some primes when I said that. Giga Chad, Sigma Dad, thanks for the prime. Mata, welcome. Appreciate you being here. First time chatter. Like to see it. ZTM, I'm just going to call you that. You have 15 X's in your name. I hope you're okay with that. Thank you, ZTM. Hey, Yo, micros those cav archers, and there's no halbs here. So Yo will clear up the rams again. Yo will hold again. Yo's population is rising. Is there a chance Yo has hussars into the back of Nikov's base? Is there a chance? Also, Nicov has a hussar, because I guess he converted one. Nicov has 130 halbs in queue. And what happens there is he needed halbs because his skirms weren't protected, and he full queues all of his buildings. I mean, he's got enough military buildings. This is just insane. Vills are going to die in the north. Nikov's got barracks up there. Yo's cooking, guys. Yo's cooking. He's getting archer ranges up to go for skirms, which is great against halbs. It can at least match the opponent's skirms. Yo's got a chance again. Because Nicov can't kill him. He's going to try. Nikov's going to get desperate for this castle again. Here we go. Choo-choos in chat. Losing these rams, though, is so painful. Like, if he just had these rams with these two, the castle's gone. And then he can raid this. Nicov just needs to hop out immediately. Yo is just bought stone to repair. Nicov hops out immediately. That stone is going to disappear very quickly, though. Very, 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 very quickly. He doesn't have a lot of res to buy. This is still good damage, even if you don't take down the castle for Nicov. You've killed Vills, but most importantly, you wasted his stone. And you're doing damage to that castle. Yo won't lose the castle. Crazy. But maybe Nicov can try again next time. Freaking yo, dude. Random units up here. Random cav archers here. There's still a hole here. Also, nice lumber camp, Nicov. There's still a hole here. Which if yo finds is just like crazy. Nikov's going to go for another ram push. Yo is thinking about getting back over to the siege workshops again. How much wood is left on the map? 80,000 wood. I don't know where we started, but the number's far less than where we started. Battering ram from Yo. That's going to take a while, but hey, he can get capped ram at least. It only costs food. There's the capped ram upgrade. Do Georgians get siege ram? I feel like they do. Yeah, okay, so he can go siege ram too. Here we go. Nicov finally with a big group of rams. Let's go, Nicov. And they're all loaded up with halbs. This should be castle down for Yo, right? Then again, Yo's the much bigger army, and Yo does have all of his army here. Oh, man. Oh, man. You gotta eject the halbs. You have to. 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 Okay. I mean, rams are gonna die. How many hussars die here? See, the cav archers for Yo are hitting the rams right now. It's actually good for Nicov. Some of his rams were on the back there. Yo's up to 200 pop. Who doubted him? Not me. Who said he was dead? Definitely not me. I would have never said such a thing. Not with Mr. Yo. That's still such a tough comp to engage into. It's so awkward. I mean, with Yo having 4 relics and 55 on food right now and taking that fight, is he winning the game? Is he winning the game? He's ramming over on the right side so he can raid here. Nicov has 210 halbs in queue. But you need lots of halbs and you need lots of skirms and you need the perfect ratios. Holy crap. Did Yo just delete Vills? Did Yo just delete Vills to get pop space, or has this been his Vill count? Yo's got a massive army now. The cav archers are so key now because they kill the halbs instantly, and then the hussars kill the skirms instantly. And it's just, if Nicov doesn't have halbs and skirms together, there's problems. Guys, watch these barracks here. You're gonna see panic. Ready? See this? All his units are rallied back, and all the cav archers are getting free kills constantly. And that's just because, you know, he's trying to get units out. That's a natural thing to do. Oh my god! It is a hussar feast over here. We've got 56 villagers for Nicov. I hope you guys are ready for halbs, because if Nicov loses those vills, there's going to be halbs everywhere. There's also raids on this side. Man, if Yo has his own rams through the middle right now to take these buildings, that'd be so sick. These are Inca vills. Nicov fights back. Nikov's going to drop a TC here. Yo is also taking down this wall. See what I mean? The skirms now don't have halbs to protect. Those skirms are dying because the halbs had to go over here. Oh, no. Oh, no. I think Nicov can lose. I mean, he's going to lose his mind if he loses this game. The score lead is 10,000. But Mr. Yo never dies, man. He has the perfect ratios. I'm always seeing these cav archers killing off halbs. Always. Oh, man. I mean, let's see. Can Nicov get some counter raids now? Again, the thing is, the church adds to the efficiency of the Georgian eco, but you also can put units inside of it to hide. Which is a big, big deal. That's a lot of halbs from Nicov. It's okay to lose some vills here. It's healthy to let some villagers die every now and then. Bring in some new blood. Because these villagers clearly aren't enough to win the game. Bring in the next guys. And by the next guys, I mean halbs and skirms. You need halbs and skirms. These barracks in the back actually become very helpful because those units aren't dying at least. And Nicov, he's just like stabilizing the sides. Halbs over here to stabilize. Halbs over here to stabilize. He is getting kills in the back now. He also got a lot of kills over here. And I don't think Yo sees this. Yo's still focused on the front. Nikov's skirms are hitting the Cav Archers. The Cav Archer mass is the key for Yo. Nikov's holding on again, guys. Nicov is stabilizing again. This game has been ridiculous. He's got a big army now. And Yo just realized, and Yo lost 30 vills. They both lost 30 vills. And Nicov will take the Treb. Nicov will storm the hill. Nicov is back, baby. Nicov is back. But he only has 60 units in queue this time. He doesn't have 200 units. So we had to chew through 200 halbs. Also, Nicov is producing vills again. Yo is also producing vills. They have the same vill count. My God. Nicov did also re-wall this. There is still a hole here. There is still a massive hole there, dude. If the Cav Archers were to get into there, it could be a crazy raid on the wood line because Nikov's only been defending with halbs. Oh my goodness, dude. This game is crazy. Wood count update. 60k. Let's inspect the wood line, shall we? Only wood line for Nicov that I can see. Most of the wood... okay, you've got wood over here, which Yo can take. There's also some wood in the back. I mean, if this is a true wood game, we still have another hour. Honestly. Yo will open this wall. He wants that town center, but he will sacrifice the Treb for it. And he runs through with the Hussars again. Nicov tried to full wall the map, but it's so open through the middle. It's so painful. And Nicov takes the Treb, though. Nicov will save the TC, I think. And... oh, my God. So, kind of interesting side note. I have friends in town. And the plan was... they're, like, at the house, you know? And so... I was like, hey, guys, you know, I gotta work. We got an important tournament happening. And everyone's like, hey, yeah, no worries. Just we'll catch you after the sets. How long do you think it'll take? I'm like, well, 2 best of 7s. 2 best of 7s might take like 5 hours. Maybe 6 hours. We haven't even finished game 2, and it's been 2 hours now. So, oh, and Yo has found the hole. That just added an extra 15 minutes to this game. Yo found the hole on the left side. Oh, man. Here comes Nicov again for that castle. He hops out with the halbs. But the halbs will die to the Cav Archers and the skirms, so Nicov can't take the castle. Yo preemptively repairing it. Hussars make it through. Nicov never expected that. Nicov never expected Hussars to be there, because this is walled in his mind. It's an absolute feast. Nicov at 50 vills. Nicov at 50 vills, which means he's going to have 160 army soon. Can he take down the castle? If he can take the castle, we have a game that's still winnable for him. I don't know if he can. It feels like the castle's actually focusing down the rams, and there's villagers inside there firing a lot of arrows. Nicov with another 40 villagers in queue, just like before. But guys, Yo's got some rhythm now. Yo's got some areas for damage on both sides. I think Mr. Yo... I don't want to speak too soon again. I think Mr. Yo is going to win this game. I think he's going to do it. Nicov is going to chase a lot here. He'll lose more vills. 13 more vills. He'll be down to 40. Yo can always switch in on this side with some raids too. Like, it's so tough for Nicov to keep up with this. His production buildings, just because of the nature of a messy game, are literally everywhere. So it's just it's so easy for him to lose track of units. Oh, here he comes with rams again, though. He's going for the castle again. Okay, 2 more rams. If Nicov takes the castle, that'd be massive. Yo has to buy stone again. The rams are in there. The rams don't have much left, and the rams are dead, which means the castle stays up. And the Cav Archers are feasting, and Nicov has 120 pop. And Nicov says, you know what? fuck that castle. GG. Nicov, I think, does this for the viewers, but you gotta imagine he's also really, 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 really disappointed right now. He loses a game that he was ahead in for so long, but Mr. Yo, just classic Yo, has that never say die attitude. I mean, we had chatters here questioning if it was disrespect for him to continue to play on. How dare you disrespect Mr. Yo by even suggesting that he didn't have a chance in that game? That is crazy. And it just, you know what I think about right now? You know what I think about? I think about the Kameyuks, guys. The Kameyuks are so heavy on my mind right now. If the Kameyuks just had some movement forward with some of those rams and some of those trebs. Yeah, there also was that one random treb from Yo. There are just so many moments where if things went slightly differently for Nicov, this game is so over. But Yo just knew that he could use his mobility, and he hung on. What a crazy, crazy, crazy game. You hope for Nicov that he can secure the mental side right now because, I mean, yikes. But, I mean, how can you? You had the score lead the whole game. The game ends, you have the score lead. That is going to hurt. It just is. But the best way to reset your mentality is to win, right? That's essentially it. You have to win. This castle took, it dealt 3k damage. It took 8k damage. It didn't actually take that much damage, but Nicov just couldn't kill it. He just couldn't get the numbers. And he couldn't make trebs because he lost his castles. That one moment from Yo where he trebbed from both sides and took down 2 castles was crazy strong. Oh. But yeah, Nicov, he was a little scattered, right? All over the place. Wasn't able to stay relaxed. And it's also just the downside of playing Mezzo here. You don't have Cav. You don't have the mobility. And that the horses can always just hoover around your base. Nicov is not the first person to be tilted by the knights and the hussars hoovering. But I still can't fully believe what we just witnessed. That previous game was unreal. Nicov is probably mentally defeated right now. But he's so good, right? Like, he basically, he did enough to win that game 10 times over, but maybe against anybody else, not against Mr. Yo. And Nicov will, if he can get a quick win here, he can remind himself he belongs to be here. He has the quality it takes to beat Mr. Yo. But he'll have to be a little bit more decisive here. It's Lithuanians for Nicov. Yo's got the Khitans. And this is the Civ that a lot of people have complained about. There have been pay-to-win comments from people around the scene. Possibly me at some points. There also was a nerf recently. At least the devs said it was a nerf. I think it was intended to be a slight nerf to their pastures, which really is what makes this Civ strong. The pastures 2 villagers work on. The food comes in very quickly. It is now 110 wood to build a pasture instead of 100 wood. And it also takes a little bit longer to build. So it's harder to get to the numbers of pastures. But if you can get a lot of them, there's no better food income in the game right now. And so Yo picked Khitans number 1 after a series of bans. Nicov actually did as well. So it was a hidden first pick. So Nicov will have them to play 2. So imagine this, if you're Nicov, right? You win this, you beat the number 1 Civ. You then play your number 1 Civ, the same Civ. And then you win. 2-2. Boom. Done. Even series. Can turn around just like that. Just win, forehead. Easy. Super easy. I like the idea from Yo to try and capitalize on the mental side here when you're up 2-0. Just keep that mental edge. Let's say Yo performs ever so slightly worse this game. Well, he's now got a civilization, which could, in theory, bail him out. So I like it a lot. I think Nicov will be going up towards scouts. Maybe scouts and spears. That seems to be the build right now. Yo will probably go for scouts as well. And the Khitans get the double upgrade, the double effect from their melee upgrade. So you have some of the strongest scouts in the game. And Yo just a little late to his boar. We'll come get that. It's not really super late, because he's still got some deer around. I think this is actually the most open generation we've seen so far. Much harder for these players to wall. Not that we've seen a ton of walling, but this will be fun to see. Mr. Yo gets a little hit there on Nikov's scout as they're just passing by, and Nicov will be like, come on, dude, give me something here. T90, why do you think Mr. Yo can come back in most of games compared to others in the top 10? Because Mr. Yo doesn't win games based on individual moments. Mr. Yo never wins games because of, like, the fast kill in early Castle Age, or because of, like, the big Treb push in early Imp. Mr. Yo wins games with tiny little chip damage. So it's a villager here or there, a fight here or there, stabilizing here or there. It's just tiny little things over time. And other players, like you could put Nicov into the category, they go full send sometimes early Imp. Like that castle from Nicov was to win the game fast. Mr. Yo's just not that style. That's part of the reason. But he also has stamina. He doesn't really tire. He doesn't really have an issue playing all day. I mean, Yo is playing video games 12 hours a day. He'll do AoE all day, and then he'll go play League of Legends all day, and then he repeats. And then he repeats again. And then that's been his life. So that's just who he is. He's a true gamer, dude. Mr. Yo is the type of gamer that my parents were worried that I would be when they saw that I liked video games growing up. They were like, oh no, we don't want our son playing video games for 14 hours a day and never doing anything else. They were really concerned about that. They didn't think I'd be any good, but they were, you know, like all the gamer stereotypes. That's Mr. Yo, dude. I mean that with respect, by the way. I think you guys understand what I mean. So Nikov's going for a build we haven't seen too much of, this King of the Desert, but it can be really strong. And this is the trash forward. And I think Yo knows, because he's looked everywhere here. He's looked for the barracks. He's looked for the range. He's looked for the stable. And he's like, wait a second. This doesn't make any sense here. There's got to be a forward of some kind. And yeah, it'll be confirmed. He sees the spears. He sees the vills. Now, the thing to remember here is that the Khitans don't necessarily need the berries if they can get the pastures. But Nicov is going to hit quickly with the pressure. He walls up the berries with 2 vills. Nicov is still thinking about that castle right now. Yeah, these vills they're supposed to build a tower, but they're just thinking about that freaking castle in the previous game. And he just wants to push that out of his mind so fast. Now, the Khitans have a bonus. Their spears, skirms, scouts all train faster. So if you want to match the skirm production and you build them later, you can. Yo really needs wood right now to build pastures. So I really like a tower on the wood line. This is perfect. You wall up the berries. You just disrupt the wood. Yo's going to counter tower, but that still means that Yo isn't taking wood consistently with all his vills. And this allows Nicov to farm. This allows Nicov to play a relatively normal game at home. I think this has real potential here for Nicov. I think you have to be as stubborn as possible here. You repair this tower as much as you can. Don't allow Yo just to shoot this down right away. Look, I mean, Yo can't even build a lumber camp. And a lumber camp's the same amount of wood or close to as a pasture. So the fact that Yo is struggling for this tells me this is working for Nicov. This is, yeah, it's so inefficient for Yo right now. It's still fine, by the way. Like, it's not game ending. But it's a good game plan to slow the Khitans down. And Nicov will repair. Nicov will send the weak vills into the tower. Yo will probably do the exact same thing. And Nicov at home, 4 farms. Yo right now, only 1 pasture. And can't really even take the berries either. He's going to try. I guess he could attack the walls and try and take it. He's just going to take it anyways. Interesting. All right. Well, Nicov will see that. And Nikov's not exactly going to allow that to happen. Nikov's had a great build so far. And yeah, it would just disrupt this. The scouts here as well. Yo will need to move off. And Yo's tower is getting shot down. Yo repairs. Yo will garrison. And Yo is going to Vil Rush the tower now. Okay, I think Nicov would be better off just abandoning this now. It's still a lot of eco harassment. Losing your scout would be painful, though, and he does lose his scout, so he doesn't get to see what else Yo is doing, and Yo essentially has a protected woodline with a tower now. He's got a back gold, which is walled in. This area will be walled in, too, and he can just pasture like crazy, and Nicov can't do any more damage. And Nicov is also exposed at home. He can't build the next tower yet because he hasn't been on stone this whole time. He is going to shift now. And I mean, obviously, he just wants to hit the next woodline, which I guess he did find. But that'll take a little bit of time. If he could build that instantly, it'd be a lot more effective, right? And look how many skirms Yo has now. He's just been chilling inside that range. No need for them out in the map. Lithuanian skirms are faster, so it's easier to micro, but, I mean, Khitan skirms mass faster. And there's no, like, damage output difference for these two players. That's interesting. See, I saw that stable and thought that is way too close to the Palisades. Nicov might see it. But Yo is such a god that he has the vision memorized. And he knows that Nicov won't see that. I would be building the stable over here, so there's no chance. Kind of important that Nicov knows about that stable. I wouldn't have hated an outpost or two while he was over here, but here comes the tower now. And Yo is going to stonewall so this army doesn't get in. And Yo can just shift right back to this other woodline. It just keeps the army out for a little longer. Shift back over to this woodline. Nikov's skirmisher comes forward. Does Nikov's skirmisher see the stable? He doesn't, but he finds out the right way. Or I guess the wrong way for the skirm. Yep, now there's going to be scouts. So now Nicov needs to produce the spearmen to protect this army from here. And look where Yo's positioning. He knows that for Nicov to get more army to this army, he would have to come this way. So he's cutting it off right now. Also, more walls. Nicov could build another tower, and this tower could deny the gold now, which means Yo would have to come out here for gold. But I think this is full feudal from Yo. I mean, eventually, Yo can get double forging, and then Yo could always go to Nikov's base at any time to do damage as well. And Nicov would just, yeah, lose this spearman. He'll lose the skirms. Yo's still ignoring this army, but Yo might need some stone at some point. Because if the army from Nicov gets in, he could start to lose some pastures too. Yeah, chat, I see you're both talking about idles. They both had a lot of idle time, right? The idle time's here. Yes, Nikov's been forward with Vils, but Yo's been idle as well. Res Collected's the same. It's just Khitans. Khitans are chill, and Khitans have pastures. And once this many pastures are up, usually the food count's just flying like crazy. But I mean, Yo is super exposed. And Yo will take the stone on the front. Nicov now building a tower. Nicov sees Yo. Yo is going to rush this down. Yo is still 40 seconds away from forging. Nicov needs full walls here. I don't know about this one, Yo. This is really tough to engage into, but Yo feels like he has to. So here we go. Yo's bringing Vils from all directions now to put a stop to this. His skirms are there. His scouts are there. Nicov will complete the other tower. Nicov still has a lot of spears back here, which Yo needs to focus down. He's trying. The scouts have gone down. The scouts are all gone. Nikov's lost that tower, though, so he might lose the next one. Yo's still fighting with Vils. Yo still has scouts on the way. The scouts have crazy damage with that forging. And it seems like he is going to take the towers down, which I guess is the key in all this. He also hasn't lost too many Vils. Nikov's army's still cut off, too. He can't get more units in here from the front. Once these spears are gone, guys, the scouts will just kill everything. It won't even be close. And the spears are so weak. And the villagers can help there. He's cleared it. Like I think he's done enough. I don't expect these spears to be able to get where they need to be. The spears are blocked off. Yoke walls it. It's 3-0. I think Nicov might call it here. I mean, I hope I'm wrong, because maybe this is still adaptable in Castle Age or something. He'll lose all of his vills. He loses all of his towers, all of his momentum. Both players have lost villagers. He does still have more army over here. But that's so good for Mr. Yo. I say it's 3-0, but look at Nikov's eco. It's actually working. It's actually efficient. He's still collected more. But the army's going to be a concern. Let's go Nicov. He's still trying. Love the energy. Love the fight. It'd be so easy right there to just be discouraged and just call it. Because your whole push is dead. You don't have the stats of the game. You have the score at the bottom right, and you have what your head says. Your head says that if you haven't killed the Ketons yet, they're going to kill you. This is where it just gets really tough with your forward building. But Spear Skirm Micro with Lithuanians, pretty easy to pull off. I just hope for Nikov's sake that he is prepared for some attack at home, because Yo is walled, so Yo can be safe. He can run to the TC. Nicov is... okay. Well, defensive tower here and defensive tower here. Okay, so he is defending. Damn. Okay, Nicov. We're going to see a lot of army in this game. I mean, we already have, but we're going to see a lot more. There's no stopping here of feudal age production. The thing I find with the Ketons and their pastures is their food count starts to spike so heavily that they can produce full feudal army and still reach Castle Age faster than other civs. So already you could see the difference in the food count there compared to farmers. That should just continue to grow. I mean, there's a lot on wood for Yo, so he can continue to add more. The scouts are thinking about going forward. Technically, I think Yo can just defend with skirms now. Skirms can match the opponent's skirms and then kill off the opponent's spears. And yeah, then attack with the scouts. If these scouts hit vills, the vills are going to melt. So villagers need to be hiding. A tower on every resource. Tower's not usually the thing you want to use to defend against scouts, but it can help. Nikov's falling back with all of his army. He stopped production on the front. Yo's now running past that. I think both players will stop producing now. And those spearmen still chasing the scouts around. More scouts are coming through. And Mr. Yo is going to be on the way to Castle Age first, it seems, just because he does have the gold timing. I'm just so worried about Nikov's vills. Like, look, couple hits, villager's dead. And he can't realistically get a lot of army here. I think in Castle Age, he wants to play knights and pikemen and stuff, but, like, we're still a long way from that. Tower goes up again. I'd like to see Mr. Yo get armor for the skirms, so they're a bit tankier underneath the tower. Feel like that's worth it. And yeah, Nikov's terrified, so he goes for a second tower. But his first tower is going down. He can't get super close here. His micro has actually been fantastic, though. Well played, Nicov. That micro has been really good. Like, look, he still keeps enough spears alive. Yo takes the fight? That's an awful fight for Yo. Right? I mean, I know he's Ketons, but that's amazing for Nicov. That's great. Hey, clears up all the scouts. Yo could have gotten value from those scouts. Yo could have gone for light cav with those scouts. But Nicov hasn't clicked up yet. He doesn't have the golds. He doesn't have the gold to click up, click up, click up, click up. Okay, he's on the way now. Yo doesn't really give a crap because his Civ's food eco is so good that he could just make more. And that's what he's going to do. But he really forced an engagement there. But maybe he wanted to force the engagement to kill the spears. So the spears were gone because it's... Now Nicov can't realistically get to a lot more spears. The pastures are everywhere. Yo's playing fully open. Doesn't really seem to care. The pastures are up. So again, maybe it takes slightly longer to get to the pastures. But they actually have more food as well than they did before. So it kind of balances out. Some people think that the nerf the devs did is actually a buff. I don't know if I agree with that yet. I just don't think it is a considerable nerf. The issue is how fast the food comes in. Combined with their units, of course. Yeah, this army here from Nicov is a goner. But it's nice. I mean, they're going to sacrifice their lives for their friends at home. That's very kind of them. But there's no way they're going to survive. Yo tries to run in, loses his units there. Lycav are here. Lycav are about to have +4 attack in Castle Age. Yo's got 4 stables, and he's got Lancers on the way. Nikov's still 15 seconds away from Castle Age. The second TC now from Yo over there, so he can boom with this food eco. And Nicov is still just playing tower defense. He's going to try Knights now. Again, tower defense isn't necessarily ideal against Cav, but the weakness of the Ketons, which should be stressed, is they don't get bloodlines. So their units have a lot of attack, but they do not have a lot of HP. But again, that attack is crazy for Castle Age. Occasional monk for conversion could be good. Knights that get relics with extra attack could be good to match it. You've got some options here if you're Nicov. He's also still ahead in Vils. He's dropping the second TC. This game feels 10 times harder for him, but he's playing well. Yo getting armor, Yo getting upgrades, Yo on the prowl, but Yo has not been able to find the damage he's wanted so far. Did take down a tower. I do not think these Knights can get anywhere close against +4 attack. It's crazy damage. Ketons also get camels, so Nicov could be up against a couple camels too. I'm not wrong on that, right? I should be. For whatever reason, I'm second guessing myself. Yep, they get camels. Third TC's on the way up for Yo just to protect the front. And anytime he wants, he can run in. He will run in. He sees the monk. He's now running away. Never mind. Nikov's shifting this entire wood line right now because he's kind of run out of wood over there. So the previous game, Yo was able to boom with a crazy Cav Civ. And he was behind in Vils, and he won that game. This game, he's going to be ahead in Vils soon. And he's got the Ketons. Look at the food eco now. 10,000 food versus 7,500. Remember, Nicov had farmers up before there was even a couple pastures for Yo, but the eco is just well and truly flying now. This Civ is kind of busted. Nicov knows it. Nicov tried to slow it down. That poor Nicov. This should be 1-1 right now, but it's a whole different conversation because of that crazy comeback from Mr. Yo. This is where the Ketons don't feel like you're even playing the same game. This is where it feels like you're using handicap or a cheat code or something, because it's just the game state is unreal. You'll never have any issues producing villagers or making army. Conversion there from Yo, and then camels and lancers are here, and Nicov calls the GG. Yeah, I mean, he tried, right? He tried. Honestly, the play from Yo was really nice. I wasn't sure how it would go when there were 3 towers around and there was so much army here, but he just decided, I'm going to rush that crap down. And they both lost the same amount of hills. And what he gained from that was he gained, a defensive setup, and then he was just able to fully focus on Nikov's base. I don't think Nicov did a lot wrong here. Truthfully, I don't think he did. I think he tried what you can do against Ketons with Lithuanians. I think it was a good strat. He denied the berries right away. He delayed the pastures more than you would with any other strat. But Yo just kind of held on. So maybe Nicov could have been on stone slightly faster, and then his towers could have come up slightly faster, but anyone saying walling, I don't agree. There's no way you full wall this map realistically with good economy. Counter-attacking army just busts through your walls anyways. I don't know. I think it's a tough balance there for Nicov. Now, what you can normally say when a Civ is this broken is, holy crap, don't let Ketons get through the draft and just ban it. But what ended up happening here was it was not banned by either player, and they both picked it first. So Nicov can play it as well. I would expect Nicov to play it now just to get a win on the board and get some momentum. But yeah, the very first Civ is hidden pick, free pick of the remaining Civs, and they can go for the same one, and they did here. So Nicov down 3 games, and we'll switch the colors here. Nicov down 3 games, and whoops, what did I just do? There we go. And Nicov does have the Ketons, but any player's goal when they come into a series is to actually win the series, right? So, while he could go for Ketons and get 1 win, maybe he considers that a free win, and he wants to get the harder wins first and try and pull off the reverse sweep. So he's going to go for the Wu. Yo has gone for the Vietnamese. And Mr. Yo, who's played so well today, is using the laming potential of the Vietnamese, knows exactly where Yo's base is, or sorry, Nikov's base is, and has already stolen 2 sheep. So good decision here from Yo. And a very nice map behind this for Yo as well. It should be much better than Nikov's. The front of Nikov's base is wide open. Mr. Yo has some nice backwood lines to use. I guess the front of his base is pretty open with a big hill too. Yeah, I like both civs, but for the Wu, it really comes down to how much damage they can do with the Man-at-Arms. So they do want it to be an open map. To go Man-at-Arms, though, you do need to have your boar timings right. You do need to have some deer. So losing 2 sheep's not too bad. Having the 3 deer to easily recover from this is nice. And actually on this map, you might find some extras too. You can't eat these guys. So I guess that's it. It'll just be 3 deer and the boars. So if my thinking is correct, if Nicov were to go for Man-at-Arms, he wouldn't easily be able to get double Bid-X, but he can still get Man-at-Arms. I don't think the food eco is going to be good enough to be able to get both. But the Wu do get a boost when you build the barracks. You do get that 65 extra food, so maybe that helps you a little bit. What is the next series, T90? The next series is the Viper versus Sato. And right now, it's kind of feeling like that could be soon. I mean, it's hard to... I feel really bad for Nicov because... Let's break down the series. Game 1, Yo just played amazing. Okay? Perfect. Game 2, both played incredible. Nicov probably could have won that game. Maybe should have won that game. And it was a tilter. Game 3, let's just say Civ win. Okay? So we played 2 real games. And it should be 1-1 with that. And then Nicov could have the same Civ win himself because he has Ketons. So, I mean, it's 3-0, but it's just these minor things. And it doesn't seem close based on the scoreline, but it has been really close. But so often one game can make the difference in a series. Just one. One game can lead to you winning 4-2 or 4-3. It swings a whole set, so... Thomas asks if Ketons have lost a game yet in this tourney. I haven't seen Ketons play that much because they've been banned a lot. I don't know. The other weird thing about win and loss stats is you did have a first round where you had some pretty heavy favorites playing against underdogs, which could potentially skew your thinking on that, but I would guess they haven't been many games played with the Civ, honestly. So Yo will build the early barracks, which isn't typical for the Vietnamese. A little confused here by Yo's build, but he's just going to go Man-at-Arms. And Nicov will see that. And I think Nicov will also be surprised to see the early barracks. But it's weird, right? If this was the 2 militia thing that everyone's doing, Nicov would see the Vil isn't loomed while walling. So this actually feels like the Frush, the old French Drush strat, which we haven't seen a ton of in KOTD, but it's just 2 militia into some archers. It's not actually full commit into Man-at-Arms. Nikov's going forward. Oh, he's so angry right now, dude. He's angry at the world. I don't know if he's actually angry. That's maybe unfair. Maybe he's pretty chill, but he needs to send it. And he sees the gold. He's got to do some damage. I'm wrong on the build. Yo is going for Man-at-Arms, which means Nicov is going to be running right into Man-at-Arms. Nicov, did you not sense this? Because if you don't know, this could be a problem. Hi. Yo almost missed it. Yo, almost missed it. Nicov definitely saw it. And we have the fourth militia now for Yo. I think Yo might bring Vils to the party here. It would make sense. Okay, both players will engage. Tower from Nicov. Does that tower range the gold at all? I feel like that tower doesn't range the gold. I don't have the tower range mod on, which the players will have in game. I feel like that doesn't take Yo off of gold. This reminds me of the William Wallace tutorial. It protects the hill. It doesn't do anything else. That's not a good tower. So Yo could just act like it's not there. Yo's like, okay, that's cool. I'm just going to repair this house real quick and still take my gold. Drops an archer range at home. Is counter-attacking now to pressure Nicov with his man-at-arms. Neither player has eco upgrades. It's that messy, but there's less on berries than Nicov wants, and then he also doesn't have the sheep. Yo still has the sheep from earlier. The sheep he stole. Okay, Yo's under pressure. If this house goes down, it's an absolute disaster, and it is going to go down. It is going to go down. He is miscalculated. Oh! What? Oh my god. It went down to like 10 HP there. He pulled more Vils there in the last second. I take it back. He's calculated perfectly. And he will have his tower to defend. He will have archers. Something Nicov doesn't have yet. And Nicov will need some defense at home. And he can't go for a tower forward. He can't go for a tower defensively. He's just on the front, attacking random things now. That tower was just not a good tower from Nicov. But he thought there was going to be a fight. He definitely thought the Vils were going to come out, the gloves were going to be off, and they were going to engage there. And so the tower felt like, you know, he just has to get it up as quickly as possible. Forward range from Nicov, which again means no defense. And yeah, Nicov, the opening isn't there. He calls it. Game 2 just completely undid him. I feel for Nicov. Hearts in chat for Nicov. He plays amazing. He's so good. But this is a losing position. I know some people are going to consider this an early GG. But he's just... The tower is a waste. He can't get through with man-at-arms. There's way more value to Yo's man-at-arms. Yo's got the better economic civ. Yo had the extra sheep. Yo's already on archers when he's just getting the range. I mean... Yo gets the sweep. He had the advantage in this game, and I just think if things would have gone differently, maybe we would be looking at a longer series here. So, Nicov in my chat now, not happy with the map gen. He says he played anyway, but still. Yeah, I mean, we could have a conversation about Nikov's map. I said Nikov's map is absolutely way worse. Look, full wall for Yo. Full wall for Yo, super easy. Nicov can never dream of that. But game number 2 is pretty brutal. And maybe that played its role in some ways. I would agree. There's a big difference in the maps. So, well played. Mr. Yo moves on. Perhaps expected. I think Nicov would have been able to get an extra win or two to you today, at least, if things would have gone slightly differently. Well played to Yo. Still a good performance from Nicov. I'm sure he's bummed. He probably wants to have shown more today. But Mr. Yo was my favorite to win the series. And that comeback in game number 2 is a masterclass. Yo will move on, and he will be in the quarterfinals against the winner of ACCM MBL. So ACCM MBL will be a fun series. Not sure who wins that one. What do you guys think? I haven't actually seen ACCM play yet. I haven't watched ACCM play in a minute. He 3-0'd Veleza, and Veleza 3-1'd Jordan. ACCM's a crazy fighter. I think ACCM is maybe more consistent, but MBL has the bigger peak in terms of skill. That's probably it. So, all I know is if we get Yo versus ACCM in a best of 7, that might be a 10-hour series. And that might ruin the day's schedule, so let's see if we get there.